It was supposed to be a night of celebration. In Leland, Mississippi, a quiet town where football is part of its soul, homecoming wasn't just a game. It was a tradition that brought the whole community together. Families filled the bleachers, the band played, and the Friday night lights glowed across Main Street. For a few hours, the town came alive with pride and laughter. But when the final whistle blew, everything changed. At around 10:45 p.m., gunfire ripped to the air near Main Street. The echo of the shots cut through the night like a knife. In seconds, celebration turned to chaos. People screamed, ducked, and ran. Cars sped off in panic. Some thought it was fireworks, until they saw the crowd scatter and the flashing of police lights flood the street. When the siren stopped and the smoke cleared, for people were gone. For lives ended in what should have been a joyful night. The next morning, news spread fast. For dead after a homecoming football game in Leland, Mississippi. A state senator confirmed it, calling it a dark night in the Mississippi Delta. The tragedy stunned a small town of fewer than 4,000 people, a place where everyone knew someone who'd been there. The first responders arrived within minutes. Police tape sealed off the area. Officers combed through shell casings, shattered glass, and bloodstains illuminated by the glow of emergency lights. The sound of crying echoed from the sidewalk. A pastor prayed quietly as families clung to one another. What was once a field of pride had turned into a scene of heartbreak. Authorities gave little information. The Leland Police Department and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation launched a joint inquiry. They said multiple weapons were used. They said they were following leads. But beyond that, nothing. No arrests, no suspects, no answers. In the absence of clarity, rumors filled the air. Some said a fight broke out in the parking lot after the game, escalating into gunfire. Others whispered it was gang-related, payback for a previous dispute. A few insisted it was personal, a targeted attack disguised as random violence. Videos surfaced on social media. People running, sirens blaring, faint gunshots in the background. One clip showed a dark car speeding away from the scene. None of the footage revealed much, only the confusion, fear, and disbelief that gripped the town. Weeks passed. The shock began to fade, but the fear stayed. Police promised updates, but none came. Reporters tried to get statements, but officials kept repeating the same phrase. The investigation is ongoing. And that silence, that unsettling quiet, began to change the way people looked at one another. Leland is small. Secrets don't stay hidden long. But in this case, something felt off. Some residents whispered that people in town knew more than they were saying, that witnesses were too afraid to talk. Others suspected politics were at play. Maybe the truth was being buried to protect someone powerful. As weeks turned to months, the mystery deepened. The football field, once filled with cheers, now sat quiet under floodlights. The bleachers were empty. The laughter was gone. Even the streets seemed heavier, weighed down by what everyone felt but couldn't prove. Investigators continued to search for answers. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation said they were analyzing ballistic evidence, reviewing surveillance footage, and conducting interviews. But no one was ever named publicly. No person was charged. For people dead, and still no justice. The families of the victims have kept their grief alive in vigils and candlelight ceremonies. They share photos, memories, and questions. They light candles at the school field. They post messages online. We won't stop asking. Someone knows something. The tragedy has turned into something bigger. Not just a case, but a wound. People want closure, but they're afraid of what the truth might reveal. In small towns, loyalty can be stronger than justice. Fear can be louder than guilt. And silence can be more powerful than confession. Behind every door, behind every polite smile, there may be someone who knows exactly what happened that night. Someone who saw the shooter. Someone who can't sleep because of what they saw. Still, life goes on, but not the same. The football games feel different now. The cheers are quieter. Porch lights stay on later. Parents don't let their kids wander after dark. Main Street feels colder, emptier. The sound of that night, the gunfire, the screams, still echoes in memory. Theories continue to swirl. Was it a spontaneous act of violence? Or was it planned? Was it revenge, a message, or something more sinister? A cover-up hidden beneath the surface of a town that doesn't want the world to see its scars? As the investigation drags on, the case has faded from national attention, but not from the hearts of the people who live there. The pain is personal, the fear is daily, and the truth, whatever it is, remains out of reach. Each year, when homecoming season returns, the memory of that night comes with it. Some avoid the field altogether. Others gather to remember, to pray, to hope, but no one forgets. It's a story that still raises more questions than it answers. Who fired the shots that ended 4 lives on that October night? Was it a moment of chaos, or a calculated act hidden behind silence? Why hasn't anyone come forward? And how many people know the truth, but choose to stay quiet? Somewhere in the quiet corners of Leland, someone holds the missing piece. A truth too heavy to speak, too dangerous to admit. Until that truth surfaces, the Mississippi Delta remains haunted, not by ghosts, but by the silence that followed those shots on Main Street. The night the lights went out in Leland, and a homecoming turned into heartbreak. As the smoke fades and the police lights dim, the people of Leland are left with more questions than answers. For lives taken, no suspects, no closure, just silence and fear. What really happened on that October night after the homecoming game? Was it a moment of anger that spiraled out of control? Or something premeditated, planned long before the crowd cheered a final touchdown? Why have the authorities said so little? Is it because they don't know, or because they know too much? Could the truth be buried in the quiet corners of this small Mississippi town, hidden behind closed doors, whispered in fear and protected by silence? And here's the question that keeps haunting everyone. If someone in Leland knows what happened, how long can they keep that secret before the guilt or justice finally catches up? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Was this an act of random violence, or something deeper, a cover-up, a revenge plot, or a deadly mistake? One thing for sure, the mystery of the Leland homecoming shooting isn't over. Somewhere out there lies the truth and the person who pulled the trigger. If you want to follow every lead, every twist, and every hidden truth behind America's most chilling small-town mysteries, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next story might be closer than you think.